Hi, my name is Connie White, and I'm a real estate broker affiliated with RE/MAX Realty Advisors. This interview is a continuation of interviews entitled Tapping into Our Local Talent. This is an opportunity for me to interview experts in a variety of fields in our area. Please welcome today Ted Ciolkosz. Welcome, Ted.
How you doing, Connie? Thank you for having me.
Great. Oh, it's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your background, how long you've been. You're a financial advisor, is that correct?
I am, that is correct. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about that, how you evolved into that, and how long you've been doing it.
Sure. Well, when I graduated from college back in '97, I started working in Fidelity Investments right away, and I loved working for that company. It was an excellent experience. But I reached a point in my career where I realized that, hey, I think I want to be my own boss. So I kind of started setting the wheels in motion, and as kind of a prelude to doing that, I planned ahead for about a year, paid off my car early, paid my student loans off, paid my rent ahead, all sorts of stuff, and then basically took some time off to thru-hike the Appalachian Trail. So I did that in 2001. It took me 6 months, grew out the beard, the long hair, and really it was an absolutely phenomenal life experience for me. It really gave me a lot of time to reflect on my life and figure out where I wanted to go specifically, even more so than what I had originally thought. And then once I came back from that and got my head back in the game, I was a little like Tom Hanks' Castaway when I first arrived home. My bed was too soft to sleep in and that kind of deal. But once I reacclimated to society, so to speak, I actually started working for MetLife Securities because the markets at that time, it was post 9/11, things were a little crazy. So I worked for them for about a year just to kind of get myself up and running again. And from there I left and I became an independent financial advisor and self-employed. And I've been doing that for close to 9 years now.
Tell me a little bit about the Appalachian Trail, because it was something I didn't know much about with you.
Oh, sure.
So tell me, how did that impact you, and how does it impact you in your daily life now?
Well, I'm sure in more ways than I could probably fathom, but for me, I went looking for a nature experience. I was a Boy Scout, I'm an Eagle Scout, I've always enjoyed camping and hiking and the outdoors in general. For me, that's where I get the most peace and solitude, frankly. But I went looking for the nature experience, which it definitely was. I saw plenty of bears and snakes and deer, and I even saw a mountain lion, which was pretty spectacular. But I think the number one surprising thing for me personally about it was just the different people that you met from all sorts of different, all sorts of walks of life, different backgrounds, different ages, people from all over the world. It's a fairly well-known trail, so it gets a lot of publicity. But just taking the life experience from those people, from the interactions, it was really, really excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me about the kind of client that you attract as a financial advisor.
That's a good question. I would say 99% of my business comes from referrals. When I first was getting into the business, I went to a conference out in Denver and I was talking with a very successful financial advisor. He grossed over $1 million a year, and he was a big cheese, so to speak. And I was sitting at the bar next to this guy, and he turned to me and he said, "Hey kid, I know you're struggling, I know you're trying to get clients and generate some business and survive, but I have a piece of advice for you, and that is, look at who you really enjoy doing business with in your practice, and then ask for referrals from those people, because odds are those people are going to be friends with people like themselves." And frankly, that's snowballed, and my practice has really turned into, I would say, for the most part, I service individuals and small businesses, but they're husband and wives, with children and houses, and they tend to be perhaps more on the academic side of things. I have multiple doctors and business owners as clients, and they tend to be, I consider them to be very bright people, and it's a privilege to be their financial advisor.
I'm real lucky to have you.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me, Ted, what makes you different from any other financial advisors? There are so many out in the field.
There really
differentiates
is.
you?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say, personally speaking, I really have a desire to get to know the people. I actually enjoy going to their houses and meeting them and really learning as much about them personally as I can, because I find it to be an invaluable tool as far as to do proper planning for them and to give truly intelligent advice that's applicable to their unique circumstances. Beyond that, I would say that as a registered investment advisor, I do have a fiduciary responsibility to my clients. And, the industry standard in America right now is one of suitability. And there's a big distinction between the two because, a suitable investment recommendation could be something along the lines of there could be two equivalent products that the advisor could offer the client. And maybe one of them pays a higher commission or might cost more for the client, but if they're both suitable, it's a little too tempting, I think, for anybody to be put in that position as far as offering something to the client versus somebody like myself with a fiduciary standard, much like a doctor or an attorney. I'm obligated to put the client first, the way it should be, frankly. So, operating under that, and as an independent, I'm positioned where I can literally do business with any company and offer true choice to the client. I think that is an excellent distinction as far as me versus the crowd, so to speak.
I know when you and I had a coffee recently, you described the difference there, and I was really impressed how you look out for the client's interest rather than your own commission.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's selfishly so to an extent because, to be honest, I get a lot of satisfaction from helping people and just knowing that you're doing the right thing. And it's good karma. It all comes back to you.
Share with us, if you will, a situation or an example of where you felt that you really impacted one of your clients.
Well, I mean, it's usually the little things. Like, case in point, I had a client pass away this past year. And I was very close to him. He's a great guy. But, at a regular, review meeting, we got together and I realized that one of his accounts that he had at work, he hadn't bothered to designate a beneficiary on the account. So I caught that, we corrected it, and then, about 6 months later, he passed away. And if we hadn't done that, the wife, it would have been tougher for her from a, tax consequence. And it really saved her a lot of aggravation, and it saved her a lot of money. So, simple things like that go a long way.
Definitely. Okay. So you found something that was very small and made a huge difference in that woman's life.
Definitely. Well, you have to be thorough and detail-oriented in my job. So.
Excellent. How can people reach you, Ted?
Well, they can reach me by phone or email are usually the best. My office number is 781-826-1235, and I'm at extension 16, like Suite 16. My cell phone, you can reach me just about any time on that, and that is 617-230-0683. And my email is a little bit more challenging with my tough Polish last name, but it's TEDCIOLKO, S as in Sam, the Z as in zebra, at iagadvisors.com.
Excellent. And before we part, is there anything else the audience should know about you or your practice?
I would just say that, if we sit down for, a free consultation and we find that, we enjoy each other and we agree to do business moving forward, that I'm really looking for long-term relationships with clients. I find those to be the most satisfying and the most productive for everybody involved.
Excellent. Thank you so much. It was a privilege to
Thanks a
have
lot,
you here
Connie.
this evening.
I appreciate it.
Bye-bye now.